Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right. I come to talk to y'all about the policemen. Some things that y'all need to understand about them. Because what I'm saying here, that it's things that y'all don't understand about the policemen that y'all need to understand. Now, when y'all out there in the world and y'all see the policemen out there, that don't mean that they always out there to lock people up and take them to jail and all that stuff. That don't mean that they always out there when you in the store and you about to, you see them in the store and y'all thinking that they going in there to take somebody to jail and all of that. It's not all about that. The policemen, they have lives too. They have lives just like we do. We have lives. They're not always about doing business when it comes to people in the world. It's not always about that. Because sometimes when y'all see policemen in the stores, they getting things that they need for their family and for themselves. If you see them getting ready to wash their policemen's cars, they washing the cars because the cars is dirty. That don't mean that they going in a car lot, in a car place about to arrest somebody. It ain't always about that. That's not what they always do. They have a life. They have a life just like we do. It ain't always about them locking somebody up. If y'all see them in a lounge, they in there enjoying themselves because they off work. It ain't that they going in the lounge to arrest somebody. They going in the lounge to enjoy themselves because they had a hard day at work. They do all of that. It's not that they always working. They ain't always on duty. And when they get off duty, they have a time. And even if they don't, even if they not off duty and y'all see them in certain places, that don't mean that they going in there to arrest somebody. They going in there to do what they need to do. If they family tell them, well, babe, I need you to pick up some tissue or some, something to cook for the kids or whatever. They have families. And if they don't have a family and they decide they want to walk in the store and they want to get them some stuff for themselves and they single, they going in there get them some stuff for their place and they in there shopping. Like if you see them in Home Depot and you see them in a police car, that don't mean they going in Home Depot to arrest somebody. They going in there to get stuff that they need to fix up their place with, their houses or whatever. They go into stuff because they have things they need to do for their families and for themselves. So they're not always out there arresting people, doing things to people. It's just things that they want to do because they human, just like we human. So they have to live their life just like we live our lives. But if they see something going on out there at the time that they live in their life, they still got to get on duty and do what they got to do because they seeing something go down. But if they off they shift and they in the stores and all that, that's because they shopping to get what they need for their families. So every time somebody see a policeman go in the store, they think they're going in there to arrest somebody. It's not always that. Sometimes they're going in the store to just get stuff for themselves and get stuff for them while they at work, for their lunch and their break and all that stuff. That's what y'all got to understand. Policemen ain't always out there trying to put people in jail. They have lives just like everybody else. They have lives just like we do. So y'all got to realize that. They ain't always looking to lock somebody up. If you see them in a lot and they just sitting there, they just on their lunch break, just cooling out, probably listening to the music in their cars or whatever. They just do their own thing. Sometimes they just want to have some time to themselves. They ain't always got to be on job. They ain't always got to be working. They have to have time for themselves too. And that's the thing y'all got to look at. That don't mean every time y'all see them going to something that they going to arrest people. That's not all what they do. They have a life, just like everybody else do. They have a life, and y'all don't think so because y'all don't think they have a life because y'all always see them in a uniform and y'all always see them about to arrest people. But it ain't always that. They have a life, just like we do. They have a life. They got families. They got, things to do. They go on vacations. They do all of that stuff just like we do. They do all that. They have a life just like we got a life. So y'all got to understand that every time y'all see them going to something, that don't mean they're going in there to arrest nobody. They going in there to do what they got to do for themselves and their families. If you see them coming out of a restaurant, they coming out of a restaurant because they done got them something to eat for their lunch or their break, or they buying something for their families to take home to their families. They do all of that. And sometimes people be running because they thinking the police is coming to arrest people. They ain't coming to arrest y'all. Y'all ain't always on their mind 24 hours a day. Y'all is not always on their mind. They have their families that they got to think about too. Y'all is not always on their mind. They have things to do too. So I'm speaking about the policemen like I spoke about everybody else. Now I'm speaking on the policemen of what they do. They have a life. And it ain't always about putting somebody in jail. That's not what they always do. Things they have to do for their own families, their wives and their girlfriends or whatever, calls them and tells them what they need, and they go and get it. And when they get it, when they get off work, they take it home to their families or whatever they do. They be in Walmart. When they be in Walmart, that don't mean they going in there to arrest nobody. They children's probably want them to pick up a toy or something for them. And they going up in the place and getting a toy and take it home for their kids or whatever. They have lives. So, yes, this is what I wanted to talk to y'all about that. Remember that. Every time y'all see them in stores and stuff, that don't mean they coming to arrest anybody. They coming to handle business like everybody else handle business. That's what they do. They have a life too. So that's all I want y'all to realize that. Because every time when people see policemen and they see them going in the stores and all that, they thinking they finna go in there and arrest somebody. It's not always about that. It ain't always about that. Just like when you see them coming to the schools. When they come into the schools, they're not coming to arrest nobody in the school. They coming to just sometimes handle the business with somebody that they know in school. They probably know some teachers or somebody that they growed up with or whatever, and they come and talk to them for a little bit and they leave. Or they come there to do little high five with the kids. They come in there and they talk to the kids and give them high five and stuff like that. They do things. Policemen ain't always on duty. It's a time they have a day off too. They have days off. They ain't always got duty work. And even if they got a duty work, they still got time to kick it for a little bit because they probably kick it on their lunch break. They probably kick it on their break, stuff like that. But they know if they call them and tell them that they got to go somewhere, they in their car and they got to go. But it ain't always about that. Sometimes they just want to enjoy themselves. They got a life just like we do. So that's all I want to talk to y'all about. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you, Father love you, the Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.